Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Kstorm Network. I'm your host, Kstorm. And here today, for episode 4, I believe, of Visual Novel Week, we're going to be checking out Sepia Tears, a midwinter's reprise, which is actually a free visual novel game on Steam right now. And as of the time of this recording, it has mostly positive reviews. So I thought, let's jump into it, and the main reason I picked this one is because it's a winter visual novel, and I thought that would be a nice throw into the mix. So without further ado, let's jump in, let's start, and let's do this. The sizing for this game is actually very odd, but you know, I fiddled with it. You've heard of the mayfly, right? It's one of those odd winter days when the snow is falling, but it isn't cold. I love those days. Either late November or the beginning of December, right around the time when the dollar stores start playing Christmas music and the couples go skating. One of those odd winter evenings, the same old 3 p.m. through the lens of the classroom window. I would describe the muted texture of the light through the glass, but it's become all too familiar. It'd be like raving about the miracle of flowers blooming in the spring. The novelty's gone. Chairs screech against tiled floors and students chatter all around, but the sounds fall on me, weightless. The mayfly, the bug that lives for only a day, once it grows its wings. It's a great metaphor, you mustn't seen it before. My mind wanders sometimes. It's like being stuck in a room with the TV set to local news, almost muted but not quite, or like reading a boring web page because you're too lazy to click away. Having a voice in your head that won't shut up. It used to bother me, but I can handle it now. Listen to music on the way home, play a video game before you go to bed, kill time in any way you can, and it won't be so loud. That's actually pretty relatable for me. Ever wonder why they even bother? Wow, this game is pretty deep already. It's simple, really. You pick up your books, stand up, put on your gloves, and as you walk through the early winter chill, get home, make a snack, and relax, and let the process repeat itself. Life is the easiest thing in the world when you think about it. But sometimes, memories resurface. The horrible red-brown that encroaches on my vision, creeping from a box locked safely away. Me. Like how it just pops up, me. Oh shit, it's snowing! No two snowflakes look alike, catch them on your tongue. Oh, nice. What is this red ribbon in the corner of the screen? What is that? I don't know. It's so cold. Oh, it's so chilly. I'm so cold right now in this winter's night. I hadn't noticed before, but it looks like it's snowing. Was I out for that long? I was walking home from school just a moment ago, I'm sure of it. Or is this a dream? That would make sense, but then why am I wearing my school uniform, and why is my wallet in my pocket? Well, that doesn't prove anything, but might as well roll with it. It's seriously pitch black here. I can't make out the snowflakes just fine, but nothing seems to be lighting them. It'd be better to start moving before I freeze to death. And then all of a sudden, what, like a car just like screeches around the corner and hits us? That light, is it a car? Oh my god, it's not a car, it's an angel. Plot twist. Traffic doesn't come after us, an angel does. You've come. Thank you for coming to see me. It's lonely here, you know. Lonely? Yeah, I can't deny that. It's a peaceful prison trapped in the darkness under the soft snowfall. But it's a prison. What's the matter? Aren't you glad to see me? Well, Ooh. She looks familiar, I'm sure of it. The memory teases me like a vivid lucid dream, but I can't grab hold of it. It's been such a long time. I thought you would have been ecstatic. I open my mouth, but the words are lost. The more I search for the memory, the more her eyes bewitch me. As snowflakes land on the girl's hair, I force the first words out of my mouth. Who are you? Do you really not remember me? What a shame. We have had so much to catch up on. Her smile is confident, mysterious, Somewhere between angelic and doll-like. There's nothing to worry about. After all, we have all the time in the world. So then, who are you? Look at that face! That was weird. What was that? She looks me in the eye and my heart stops. I'm the person you wish you never met. She embraces me and my senses freeze until a color strikes my eye against the monochrome backdrop. Hanging in the stillness, a red ribbon drifts from the side of her hair. Oh, it's the ribbon on the side of the screen. It's the doll, lady, angelic girl's ribbon. And on the inside of that ribbon, something is written. But just as fantastic as that is the fact that the words are scrambled, blurred, and even though my eyes are only inches from it. That ribbon, don't you remember? It was your... Her voice fades away. I glance at the ribbon again, but before I can move closer, my stomach flips, turns upside down. Take a minute to sit right there. The girl's warmth fades from my arms. Oh. Is she disappearing? This whole world is... Ellipses. A knife pierces my heart as I realize something. Oh. This game's dark too. Why do all my visual novel games have to be dark? It's not this world that's disappearing, it's me. Are we dead now? Was she an angel? Are we, like, legit stabbed to death in the first 10 minutes of this novel? Day 1 reunion! It's actually pretty cool splash screen. I don't know why, but some pretty chilled out music. Oh, I could just stay here. Oh, it's just so magical. Oh, what's happening? I'm flying all over the place. Okay. I'm sorry, I got lost in the music. What can I say? It's pretty nice. Oni-chan! Oni-chan, are you up? That sounds familiar. Mark! We're going to be late! Wake the fuck up, Mark. Wait. What is that? What the fuck is that? I got a stop sign on my wall, and then what's next to it? Is that now, like, ring pops? No ring pops in the dorms? This got outlawed after that ring pop fiasco when that orgy broke out at the school fair. Are you even listening to me? Yeah, I heard you. It wouldn't kill you to be a little bit more gentle, though. Gentle? Me? Gentle? But I'm your cute little sister. I'm automatically gentle. That's like saying I'm automatically dependable because I'm your older brother. Well, wait for it. See? If you're not the dependable sibling you're supposed to be, that gives me the legal right to find new and exciting ways to tease you. Who was it that wrote this law? More importantly, I have a history test this morning, so I'll leave you behind if I have to. Pouting, my diligently evil little sister runs down the stairs. She can't find a more normal form of torture. But this is my life. Dude, is that a fleshlight on my desk? With a couple cans of Coke? This is pretty rad. Like, bedroom, man. This is like straight out of Death Note or something. Ah! That feels good. It's bright outside, pleasantly bright. I can get lost just looking at that pale blue sky, although I fear the cold that accompanies it. See? This is why I hate winter. Nature has no mercy for the northern hemisphere. Actually, does that make a difference, really? Technically, every country has to be part of a hemisphere, so there must be warm regions in the northern hemisphere, and even so, the southern hemisphere would be... Mark! I've been working on my Hokkito Shinken. I'm coming! What the fuck is a Hokkito Shinken? The last time she tried this... I shudder to think of it. Did she literally just, like... step on me when I'm sleeping? That's not how you wake up, people. I love how the art style of this game keeps changing from panel to panel. This is weird. But these kind of backdrops are really nice. They're like... Oh, I learned about this in art class. They're like... Is this watercolor or is this oil-based? This looks like this could be watercolor, actually, the way that it's blurring together. It looks quite nice. I actually like it, the art style of this. I've been saying that with all these visual novel games, but... I don't know, these visual novel games we've been playing this week, they actually are quite charming. They all have a different vibe to them. They all have a different, like, artistic impression. They all look really nice. Okay, but let's get back to the game now, where Rin is replying to us with, "I'm pretty sure I know who my next practice subject will be, if you make me fail my test." Isn't it usually practice partner, not practice subject? We're not a partner, we're a punching bag. So, that's my sister Rinna. Since she started at my school, life has been a living hell. Well, maybe that's an exaggeration. She's a nice girl and all. She takes care of me, makes me lunch, forces me to buy her stuff. Well, see what I mean though. I'm out of compliments already, and that threat certainly wasn't the first. Ow! Stupid razor. That was supposed to show me how to use this thing. Anyway, okay, first of all, if your dad won't show you how to razor, if your dad won't show you how to shave with a razor, why wouldn't you just Google it? Or literally look up, like, how to shave on YouTube? Because, I don't know. This sounds pretty cliche, but if I don't know something, the first thing I do is, like, how to blah blah blah. But, whatever. Maybe this game is set earlier, before social media really blew up and the internet was a thing. We're just gonna go with that, because otherwise, like, why are you waiting for your daddy to teach you to shave? It's actually not that complicated. I didn't have anyone teach me how to shave that I can think of. You just pull the razor down on your face. Anyway, Rena is a strange girl, to put it nicely. She always rattles on about these crazy robot wars and melodramatic love stories that she watches, trying to find new and exciting ways to pull me into her world. I haven't figured out why she calls me Oni-chan yet, though. Is it ironic? Ironically unironic? Ironic because she thinks I'll think it's subtly ironically unironic? I can only conclude that it's part of some devious scheme that I have yet to catch wind of. The tip of the iceberg, so to speak. If the iceberg were a blood-related little sister. As I fear for my life. But as much as I'd like to criticize her, I can't complain. She still does better than me at school. Alright, I'm almost done. Oh, and she also does a better job of cooking and budgeting than I do. And don't start a sentence with "and." Every time this happens, I get mad. Don't do that. She never sleeps in, and the only time she's late for class is when I hold her back. I hate it. I actually asked the teacher this in class one time, and she told me that by nowadays standards, like the new generations, when they teach in lower grades, it's literally acceptable now to start a sentence with "and," but in my day, you weren't allowed to start a sentence with "and." And I believe you also couldn't start a sentence with "but," I believe, but certainly you can't start one with "and," because "and" is to extend a sentence or to add on to a sentence, not to start a sentence. Why would you start a sentence with an addition? It just doesn't make any sense. It'd be like 2 plus 5 plus 2, you know what I mean? You don't start with an "and," the "and" is to add something to it. Anyway, just... my god. Unless the maker of this game is less than, like, 16, that's acceptable, but if you're like me and you were born in the 90s, don't start a sentence with "and" in it, especially when your game is based around reading, you know what I mean? Like, you should follow language rules, like, I don't know, unless it's different somewhere else in the world, but at least in Canada, they taught us not to start sentences with "and," but... now you see why my life with her is hell. She starts sentences with "and" and shit. Oh god, she's gotta... Well, we're back to Rin, and now we're back in the kitchen, where she has been waiting for us while we've been shaving, and ranting about grammar. Good morning. Did you sleep well? I slept perfectly fine until I was woken by a certain someone, Rin. How could you say that? How could you say that? You should be thankful to have a cute girl like me wake you up every morning. Look at my pigtails. I'm adorable. You're not supposed to call yourself cute. That's conceited. Is that because we're blood related and you are That's not why. Oh, is it because I'm afraid that she's hot? Even though she's kind of like a half-step, almost related, second removed cousin sister? On my father's side? I mean, it's a little vain, don't you think, to call yourself cute? And it's not very cute overall. That's true. But what if I'm only doing it to unnerve you? Well, that's a good point, I guess, when you throw that out there. Well, I do have to thank you for keeping me on my toes all the time. You're like my mother, is what I want to say, but I imagine her twitching smile and my life flashing before my eyes. Oh man, she'd kill us if we called her mom. So Rin, you have a test for me this morning, you said? Yep, I did a quick review with my friends yesterday, so you don't need to worry about it. I wasn't worried. Is that your way of hiding your affection? Look at those sparkly stars, that's crazy. Was that even remotely implied? I'm sure you'll pass the test, I just want to make sure you don't forget anything and end up failing for some stupid reason. People texting me in the middle of videos even though my phone is on vibrate. Look, that time I accidentally brought my Game Boy instead of my calculator. Yes. Like that. I actually did that a couple times. There's one time in class, pulled out my Game Boy. It was Game Boy SP. It was pretty sick back in the day. It's still probably my favorite Game Boy. Just because it folded. Like, it was cool. And I thought it was a calculator. It got confiscated, but, you know. Whatever. I have more than one Game Boy now. So suck it, what was his name? Mr. Hater, 5th grade teacher? Suck that. Suck those nards. Yes, like that time. I was only 12. It was an innocent mistake. Only 12, you say. Regardless, you get what I'm saying. You're catching what I'm spitting. You're buying what I'm selling. Just don't screw up again. I know. I won't. But aren't your exams coming up as well? Oh no. I was gonna go over to Luca's house and study over the weekend. Or something like that. Even for you, that's not a very convincing lie. Psychic! But I did make that up on the spot. It wouldn't kill you to have a bit of faith in me. If I said I'll study. Really? You'll spend your whole Saturday afternoon doing math problems and rereading your social science notes. I'm tempted to say what notes, but that really isn't the problem here. Well, would you look at the time? Don't change the subject. But we're already late, Rin. Well then, we'll have to continue at lunch, right, Oni-chan? That smile is so much more endearing before you get to know her. And then it's just like, shit, she's smiling, bad stuff's gonna happen. Wait a minute, are these actually painted for the game? Or are these photos with, like, an effect on top of them? No, I don't think these are photos with an effect on top of them. I think these are actually created either by hand or on the PC with, like, you know, Photoshop or something, but I don't know, they're pretty. Like, it looks really nice. This reminds me of Tommy Thompson painting a little bit, just the way, like, the trees and the colors are. It looks pretty nice. It's pretty cool. Has a lot of cool colors. Got some complementing colors going on with the brown building here in the suburb with all these gray buildings around it. And then, you know, it's following the line, the disappearing line. It lets you follow to one point of the page. Everything's following. Why am I giving art lessons in the middle of a visual novel game? That's what you get for taking art classes. But I guess that this is where we're going to cut it for today's video of Sepia Tears, which I believe is going to be episode 4 of Visual Novel Week, maybe 5, but I think it's 4. So, once again, thank you all very much for tuning in to this episode. Like always, remember to leave a rating and leave a comment below, tell me what you think or any games you'd like to see. And thank you all very much for tuning into the Kstorm Network. I have been Cody Storm, and you have been you, so thank you very much for tuning in. And until tomorrow, this has been your visual novel for the day.
Introduction. Maybe all it takes is a baseball bat to show you what I mean.